Hi guys, this is Kimberly with the Rock Band Road Crew, and I am back tonight to talk about my ultimate Rock Band Road Crew set list. So I have about 980 songs in Rock Band 3, but due to imports not being available yet for Rock Bands 1, 2, and 3, Lego Rock Band, AC/DC, and a bunch of track packs. I only have about, I think, 130 songs currently in Rock Band 4. So what I wanted to do was create an ultimate set list using only the songs I currently have in Rock Band 4. It's a little bit different from what I would have created if I had all of my music, but I like it. I put it into a Spotify playlist. It's a lot of fun to listen to, so I think it's a good choice, even though it's not necessarily my final set list, but it is tonight's ultimate set list. If you want to take a look at the songs, you can find me on Instagram. My name is Kimberly on there. It's KYMBERLIE. So without further ado, here is my Rock Band Road Crew ultimate set list. I started off with I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. Tom Petty is iconic. I mean, he's a musical genius. He's been around for decades. The way he's influenced music is just fantastic. And it's letting you know right away with the title that I won't back down. This is going to be the ultimate set list. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody's going to enjoy themselves. So it was only a fitting choice to start off my set list. Next was More Than a Feeling by Boston. I love 70s arena rock. It's one of my favorite things to play in the game. And Boston is basically my favorite band to play of that genre. I really love More Than a Feeling, and it kind of still continued with the whole Tom Petty theme, letting you know that you're going to have some feelings from this. It's kind of about the same sort of era almost. So I thought it was a good choice. It's also working on getting the hype up. So my set list goes from mid range to high range to low range and kind of finishes a little bit differently from the beginning, but I like that. So after that was Steady as She Goes by the Ricotta Tears. I like this song because it's just kind of all over the place, a little bit different. It's got some slow, it's got some faster. It's also going to help building up the hype. So I thought it was the perfect choice for the next one. After that, it's She Sells Sanctuary by The Cult. That's really hard to say. Try it 3 times fast. One of my favorite songs to play in the game. I really just love the music in it. I love the words. I love to listen to it. I love to sing along while I'm playing. So it was a really good choice to work on getting my hype up, work on getting my energy up. So I'm real happy with that as the next one. After that, it's Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon. I like Kings of Leon a lot. I particularly like this song. And it starts building up the energy, building up the flow, which then goes into Even Flow. See what I did there? By Pearl Jam. So again, we're working on getting the hype up. We're about mid almost of the set list. So I really wanted to start building my energy. After that, it was All the Rage Back Home by Interpol. Interpol is my favorite band. I really, really love them. And this is from Rock Band 4 itself off. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it's from the Day 1 DLC. And so I did download it. Very excited to have more Rock Band Interpol songs in there. So I thought it was a good one to go into next. About mid-range. For the set list, and the hype is really getting on up there. Next is I Believe in a Thing Called Love. I used to request those all the time on the Submit a Song page, and I was so excited when The Darkness made it in there. This song is great. It's so much fun to play. It's so much fun to sing with people and just really rock out. So we're really hitting the stride here, and this is kind of the ultimate when it comes to hype. But after that, I kind of wanted to take it a little bit back down. So I went with My Name is Jonas by Weezer. I really like playing this one a lot. It's a little bit difficult sometimes for me to do the kind of cascading notes as I think of them in my head. And so it's a lot of fun, but it's harder for me. So I enjoy being able to challenge myself with that. And as you can tell, the energy is still pretty high on that one, but it's starting to kind of get a little bit lower. Next was Mr. Brightside by The Killers. The Killers are fantastic. I'm so glad there's more Killer songs now. So thank you very much for that. Rock Band 4. So this seems to also have that kind of cascading notes. So I really like listening to that, really like playing that. So we're starting to wind it down just a touch, not a lot yet, and we're still pretty hyped up, but it felt like it was a natural one for after Mr. Brightside. Now after this, I went with Band on the Run by Paul McCartney and Wings, and that is a little bit slower, still kind of a little bit hyped, a little bit fun to play, but one of my favorite Paul McCartney songs. He's really great. I saw him when he was in Houston last year, or I guess actually about a year and a half ago, and he was a lot of fun to see. And he played this, and it really kind of made my night. So after that was Skull Crusher Mountain by Jonathan Colton. I love Jonathan Colton. I have seen him in concert 3 times. He's just such a great nerdy musician. And the last time he was in town, my friend and I actually sat with him, and he came across the street with us from the venue, and we drank with his band all night, and it was a lot of fun. It was his birthday, so we all had a great time just hanging out. It was also one of the very first songs that my NASA engineer rock band crew was playing with back in the day when we used to do like basically several times a night get together and play rock band for like 4 or 5 hours. And so it was the very first song that they were playing when I walked in, and it's it's great. It's just really fun, and it's a good memory, and just I love it. So after that, I stuck with Jonathan Colton, and I went with Still Alive Big GLaDOS from the Portal games. And again, as you can tell, we're starting to get a little bit slower. It's still fast, but it's not as fast as when we were in the middle range of the group. So after GLaDOS, I really took it down with Walking After You by the Foo Fighters. I love the Foo Fighters. I mean, everyone in that group is just incredibly talented, and they have been musicians that have influenced everything for quite some time. It's one of my favorite songs. It was on the X-Files soundtrack, and I'm a huge X-File nerd, so I really like that one a lot too. And I thought it was a good way to start into the decline of energy going into the very end of the set list. So next was Need You Now by Lady Antebellum. Yeah, maybe I have some feelings about people that are related to how that song makes me feel. So we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, that's a great song, and it's slow, and it's not what I wanted to end with, but what I did want to end with was Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac, the ultimate. I mean, everything they do is amazing. Everything that their solo members do is amazing. So there's nothing wrong at all with any of their music, and it felt like a good way to end my set list was to play Landslide, to talk about being a little bit older, to be maybe a little bit sadder sometimes, but that's okay because it's still the ultimate set list, and it still went from kind of mid to hype to low, but a lot of good songs in Rock Band 4, a lot of different music all over the place. And I hope you like my ultimate rock band set list. I look forward to getting more songs, to coming up with more set lists, and to being a Rock Band Road Crew member with the ultimate set list out there. Again, my name is Kimberly. I'm with the Rock Band Road Crew. It's nice to see you again, and I will see you in my next video. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.